We're going to get straight to it. We have a busy day today with today's stream. As you know, previous times I've been on here, been covering over Soulection Tracklist version 4. For any of you new joiners, I know we've got Revon Bajer, Real Manio, Abstract Array, Torn and Twisted, Shadow Fox, Lee Hambley, a whole bunch of my friends who join into these streams over time. Just big shout out to you. Thank you very much for the support and joining on and joining me through this time. The previous streams you've probably seen Soulection Tracklist. I'm going to give you a very, very quick overview of what I've been doing. I've been rewriting Soulection Tracklist website, a tracklist which will run each and every single week, keeping up to date. And version 4 of it, I want to get released by New Year's or by episode 500, which is scheduled in about March 2021. I got loads of great big ideas I want to do on this project. But first, I need to get the project to a similar state as current, and then I can add on some additional features. On our previous stream, we were working on the home page. We're making the homepage look as a designer, Durian, who sent through this. He's an awesome designer. Do check him out. I'll put some links in the descriptions and into the chat in a minute of where you can find him. But he sent over an awesome design, and I'm working with this as a baseline to get this implemented on the designs. And where we got up to last time, we had a few different problems with our Nuxt program. Where we have an excerpt where we want some content to be displayed on page, while we want something different in a summary or description. So I thought today we'll jump right into it and see how far we can get with making a pull request to the Nuxt community for this feature, to actually re-add in a feature which is missing from the platform. So right now I've got open up here the pull request, which was merged into develop a while ago before they did a transition to Learner, which allows them to have multiple packages in one repository. And for some reason, this feature disappeared. I don't know why, but it's crucial to my project. So I'm gonna reintroduce this feature, but also add on a little bit more, see what we can do. So we can see here the previous commits, and I can use this as baseline using a front matter format, which is using Jekyll and Hugo and ViewPress and stuff. And all I need to do is kind of pretty much copy what they got going here and bring it into the project and make a new PR, right? So I'm going to pretty much do that. But I also wanted to go one step further and write a test in the project to make sure that this piece of work is working as expected, and that this feature continues working in the future and doesn't get pulled out of the project again, breaking many people's requirements. So I've gone ahead and pulled down Nuxt content. And I was having a little bit dig around, seeing what we can do with this project, see how I can fit my code in and just kind of get it up and running. And I just kind of want to start with like making a bit of a boilerplate test, not run it straight away, but just kind of like a bit of a clue to what we want to do. So the testing framework they use here is Jest. I'm very familiar with it, but by the looks of it, it's looking like it's booting up a browser in TLib or Puppeteer. So it'll open up a headless browser in the background and then go to those pages and then assert that things are there. So I'm going to just patch on a test at the end here to kind of give me some baseline of where I'm going to be working with and kind of put this feature in. Also, like if you see anything or want any questions or I'm not explaining anything clearly, do jump into the chat. I have the chat right in front of me, and I'll give you a shout out on stream, and also answer your questions. This is a collaboration. You are my parent partner, and we'll do this together over a course of weeks to get this project finished. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me. We're going to jump straight in. So I'm going to write a test here. It has excerpt. Is it like extract summary in the HTML, or it's renders maybe HTML with excerpt, because trying to follow the same format which the community have written previously. And we're going to open up a async project and just kind of copy this boilerplate. We're going to go to page. So they open up HTML page. It's in the fixtures here. HTML here. And I don't know whether to play around with this page or I'll make a new fixture. So we've got a new fixture and we're going to excerpt.markdown. And we have our front matter, the title. I don't even know whether we need that. But we'll put one in there for now. And the thing which we want is, this is the summary, and we want to put in a more. This is full content. And we want to be able to understand, like, this is a piece of content which we want as a description summary if a description isn't defined in the markdown. And then this is full content should be concatenated together with this is summary on the full page render. So we go back over here. We've gone to here. We need to change the page to excerpt. And we're going to get the right component put in. Expect HTML to, well, they're doing this to match. I think I'm going to go with to contain, because I don't want to match the entirety of it with this massive regular expression. It's a bit too verbose. I just want to kind of start off with like, it should contain that piece of content which we've written in here. This is full content. It should definitely contain that. And we'll put in another test is it should definitely contain this is full summary. Somewhere in the content, we may need to check a particular tag on the page that it's gone in. Like, this summary should appear slightly different, either as a description on the page. Let's see if there's anything. So, looking at this kind of slug which will load the page in, we haven't got anything which differentiates the full content or the description of the page. And let's have a look at the page up here. So I'm thinking of how to test this excerpt is to use the headers. I'm going to have a little bit of a quick check over that. So, because I think writing content or fetching content in Nuxt, you can set headers. Nuxt metadata, I think it is. Meta tags on a particular page, and we might be able to override some of those meta tags on once the page has been pulled out. And so Nuxt content meta. Let's see, duplicate. If there's any reference to it, that'd be great. Otherwise, I can just probably stick with this previous page. And by the looks of it, when you go to a particular page, it has this head section with meta, and it's got an array. I'm hoping that I can kind of add in a name, which is description. If I can spell right, description, yeah. And the content of this will be the page dot excerpt. I think we got access to that. This dot page, maybe we have access to that. Might be a bit too premature. at this particular page section. Oh, we can set it as a call. So we change that to that, and then return this. It'll give us access to the this.title or this.page, and hopefully that will give us that part. Of course, excerpt isn't there, so description in the meta tags won't exist. Maybe we can just do some like kind of debugging here with we've got to run this only test, and I want to see we'll do a console log. We'll console log it. We'll shotgun it. HTML. Throw that in there, and I want to see the full blown HTML when we render that out. So we're going to jump on over to a test, run it, and let's see what happens. Of course, keep hydrated out there. It's firstly work. There we go. And we can see here we have our meta, which is undefined. I'm going to test that it gets defined when we put something in there. Maybe if we go over to our slug and page.title, which we said in the excerpt, hello world, when this runs again, as we save this, when it runs, let's make this a little bit bigger. We should see description meta tag with the hello world in there once it's run. And we do. See there? That is how we can actually test this excerpt. So I'm going to jump back over the code, undo this. So that's how we're going to kind of put into this fixture how we can expect that. So we should expect a part of that content, HTML content, to contain what we just did here. This. So get rid of that. Expect HTML to contain that. Well, of course, we want the content of that to be this is summary. Hopefully, well, we save that, our test will fail. This is test-driven development. They're all. And it's a little bit slow because it's open up a browser in the back end and go into that page and making things run and coming back to me in a few seconds. I wish it was a little bit quicker, but we want to see a failing test right now. And yes, it's failed. Expected to see description with content, this is summary. Managed to see description with undefined. Undefined, I don't mind it there. It's only fixtures at the moment. We got to go in on and add in to the parser, the excerpt. Just as we had on this feature. Remember, we run a matter, we're enabling excerpt, and this excerpt separator, which is -- more HTML. That's actually also doing a bit of background checking to see how does Jekyll do it. Jekyll uses a more tag. Let's see, Jekyll uses by default more without the spaces. So it's bang -- more -- close parentheses. And the same with Hugo. Bang -- more -- close parentheses. And he also had this hashtag more. I don't know whether to support that or not. But I'm going to go with the default, which these other two libraries are using, minus the spaces. And put that as a configuration. So we're going to enable excerpt. We're going to make it true. And excerpt separator will be the one which is defining it. We're going to put the spaces around that as well. And that should come back, but we've got to have a little quick, because someone's already done this work. Rest. And we've got excerpt. How is that excerpt? Let excerpt rest generate body. So kind of guess that's being generated into HTML. Maybe. Too sure. I might even put on exit and description into here. So let's go with the splat here and rest that out. We've got to see that, and we've seen that let exit is being defined. And if rest.excerpt exists, then excerpt equals well, await this generate body, and it will be the rest.excerpt like that. And I kind of guess, well, let's throw it into there. Hopefully that should work. My only thought here, look at this generate body, is I'm feeling that it's going to take the content and try and make it into HTML. But this might be a bad thing if we're wanting to use that same excerpt as a description for the page, if the page contains it. So we might want to, we have this data, I'll have to test another page in that. So where my mind's going is, if we have a description defined here, which is, this is summary, this would be a text, right? But what may happen is when this page gets rendered out, it happens to be wrapped around in a P. Now we don't want HTML content in our meta tags. So I'm gonna see if we can. We don't need to define that if we already have this in place, right? So that's what I want to get to is automatic description. So double feature. This is what happens in Hugo. I've done this in Hugo a fair few times. Is description, if we have it, description, maybe. I know it's in there. Summaries, it's this, it automatically generates it from the excerpt, or if you have description defined in the front matter, it'll come in there. Front matter here. So you can define it there, and description. Spell it right. Description. Let's find it. How many instances are there? How about summary? Sometimes it's labeled under summary. Text used when providing summary is the article summary, page, variables. Maybe I could use summary. That might be better. Well, you've got excerpt and summary. We want one with HTML around it and one without. While we were digressing then, let's have a look-see at our content. We have, this is summary, and this is content in the full layout, and our excerpt doesn't look like it's gone through. Maybe if I clean this off and we'll trigger that test to go again after, I'm just making sure we've put it into play. Yeah, that looks all fine. Did we use it? This is the page.body, page.text, that's all there, and so page.excerpt should be there. But if I save this test now, it should trigger it to run. Do we see it? Unless we need to go do some more debugging in the page. Because the page has been loaded up in the virtual browser, I'm not too sure whether we have access to the console log from that virtual browser. You can see here it's failed. Generally has failed. So I'm not too sure. Are we loading in the right path to modules, setup? Do we need to run any other code to make that happen? Create browser, load config. Whether it loads it, like you've got root directory, so it may be already automatically reading from itself. I'm hoping that there is no pre-compilation which needs to be done to make that happen. maybe if we just run the dev, that might give us a visual indication as well. Actually, I don't want to run it in there. I want to run it over in a separate page here. What was it? Yarn. I did use yarn here. Run. Did we have to use run and yarn? No, it was an npm run. And we're going to use dev. Yeah. Next, TypeScript, I guess. Example. And that example page is going to be over here. Let's load that up. Yeah, major case of typeitis. Lots of this is relevant. Okay. Have we got... Do we have our page in there? Excerpt. What this? Terms and conditions. Articles. How about, is there the HTML page there? No, that doesn't exist. Where is it loading that content from? The example. Ah, here. So pages, content. Let's throw in here our same excerpt content. So new file, excerpt.markdown. Oh wait, it's over here. Excerpt.markdown. And we should have a page excerpt. Should it exist? Is it reloaded that page yet? Let's have a look, see. I'm going to ping my friend to are the levels okay? Let's see the excerpt. Oh, that's not loaded in, has it? Let's try again. Load that example page. And go for Markdown, JSON, products, and articles. So that should exist on our little staging. Is it in, there's no terms and conditions on that. Does it load it by root? Page could not be found. Maybe if I just plonk it into articles, that'll make things a little bit easier. Is there a way to... I don't need to put it into a list there. Maybe that's automatically brought in by just going over here. Got hello world. I'm going to put in the excerpt example. And let's see what we got loaded into there. Nothing. It does not like that. Did we break the thing? I think we broke it. Did we break it big time? Open a new tab maybe. Missing frames. That's interesting. It's not an operator, not a function. We might have caused a major bug by doing that. That's probably why it got pulled back out. Let's have a look at our code again. So we did that. We tried to do that if it exists. Let's pull it out again. And see, does our example, let's close this down. Bit noisy. Do we need to restart the server? We need to restart the server. Let's do that. This package operator, not a function. Low-key DB. That's not to do with... I don't think it's anything to do with my particular... That's a very simple page duplicate from what we got going on with those other pages in here. So it should work. It really doesn't want to do that. How about we remove that? No? Is it just our particular page, or has every single page on here? That works. What page is that? April newsletter. Do we need a date? We need to wrap that as well. Date 2020 10/28. Excerpt. Pretty much copy the same format. And it should work. But why? Maybe throw it next door to that. Okay, so now that works. We know that works. Then start putting our work back in. More. And let's just refresh the page again. Yeah. Got to restart the server just to make sure that that's still working with that tag in there. Loading that page up. Yeah, that's all working. And if we inspect the page, do we see the more? We see that. Content, this is summary. We've got the space, so it excludes it. Which is expected. Now, if we reintroduce our excerpt code here, does the thing break? I think we need to restart the server again. I'm just got to do that because it might be better that way. Wait, load. So that is working. I know that's working for guarantee. That is definitely working. So as we did with our tests, we've got to go into the slug and we're going to add in this head and see it. I want to see it with my eyes as well as I want to test it there, but I'm unsure how this API is coming through. So I'm just going to articles, yeah, slug, and going to write it into here directly. It's called article instead of this. This page is this article message. So that should be coming through with a description in that title. Let's go ahead and check out our elements. There. Okay, no problem. Maybe console log the whole thing, article, and see what does it bring back. And that should console log it out here. We have excerpt which has children. Okay, that's interesting. So it's wrapped it in a DOM tree, ready to be rendered on the page. But we wanted it as a description or summary. Just like this. That's why our test was failing, because it doesn't know how to convert this root tree into a string. I'm a little bit of think now. There's two ways about it. Definitely is. Just trying to think of the best way. Well, a way to do it in test. We've got two features we want to implement is this description. Of course, that's not going to work because it's a DOM tree waiting to be rendered out. We will just want the content of that. So perhaps we do add in that secondary feature, which is summary or description if it's not defined, but the data automatically defines it if it comes back. Right, I'm going to physically show you why my mind's gone weird. So, description. Hello world description. I want that and be like that, right? Might even automatically do it for us on the page. But the element, dink, does not render. Do we get the whole thing out? Put the description in there. And I'm lost. Where am I? Here. Content page. Oh, close that for a second. It's on this one. Description. Article description. Refresh this page. Go here. There it is. Hello world description. What we want happening is if you just define a description, take the one up there over the summary. But if this is not defined, just like with other ones, we want to take what the summary is. Maybe it's a bit too far of a feature. Be like, if let's try here. If no data description, data. Oh, and we have an excerpt and rest excerpt. Then data.description. Oh, that might be mutating. Maybe. I don't even need to do that. Can't I just do this? This. Literally type it. Excerpt. Right out there. And then when data.description, it may get defined here, it'll override that previous description in the object if it is defined. Let's give that a try. Oh. Would help if I plugged my key light in. Let's give that a try. Do we just want the raw content of it? The text content of it? Ooh, this gets a bit spicy. I'm gonna go with that for now. It might be like generate. Where's the generate body anyway? Gonna go through the unified, which is the remark. Go through it and then make it into rehype. I might be able to go through this, generate text, go through the rehype and just extract the text from that. Might be a bit overwinded. Maybe. Let's see. Hello world description. Save that. That hello world description should be. Damn it! Come on! Do we need to restart the server for that to work? I'm going to restart the server. maybe that's the case when you make changes at this level, it might not understand the changes to that plugin. Let's try that. So it's listening, it's working. Let's try. It works. It mostly works. I say mostly because we've got the title in there, which is maybe a bit too much. Well, everything up until the more block, and then it goes full content. So if we drop out this markdown title there, it exists. Yes. Let's check this override. Hello world description. So we managed to override it if it doesn't find. That's amazing. But I want it cleaned. How? Let's this generate body from this strings for the reheight. Kind of does make sense to go through that. Let's have a look, see if the reheight to text. Plain text? Reheight plain text? I think is it any good? 4 years ago. Maybe this is just a bit overwinded to plain text. Let's have a look in. There might be just like a very simple one line in this code, which just goes like to text. So it goes to visit each text node and joins them together. Nothing over special there. Pause. Try and remember how rehype works. I remember you working on it a year ago, and I developed a tool which read like MDX within JavaScript, and that was the basis for generating documentation. So generate my own documenting framework using rehype. But it's been a while since I touched that. I don't know if rehype can do it. So at this point, we've got a stream, we've got a process, we've got the content, then we resolve the result. And this result is like a tree. And you can to-string it, and then I don't really want to do that though. How about see if there's any other rehype HTML text. Popple text document. We would do it for a few different. It's got a string file and title. A bit overkill that. It's a meta, isn't it? Popple text fields. Maybe I'm overthinking that at this moment in time. I forgot how does some of my sites do it. So if we go over to Soulection Tracklists, go into a show, this has a more tag in it. So let's go to a older show. I was working on a show earlier today, which is 152, like an older show, and we do have a more section in here. And if I go and inspect the description, you can see it gets to that first line. And that's what I want. I want it to get that first line, annotate the text around it. Is this the case that I make a very, very tiny experiment? Yeah. I have a feeling. Let's open up that project and see. Does it really do anything with the other tags? So we're going to go to projects, selection tracklist.com, and also I'm going to open up a new window in here. I'm going to go over to selection tracklist, and I have a dummy folder. Because I don't want to load the entirety of the site content. I have a underscore content, and I don't know, latest? No, it's just homepage, excerpt, markdown. We make a title which is Hello World. And I want to see whether does it like example the heading and content, loads of content, and then we want to see what happens when we split them more and then continue on with more content. More content to come. What does it do with this heading? Does it keep the hashtag there? And more white space around it? I want to experiment with this. So Hugo serve, I want to see the content directory, which is -c, content directory underscore content, build that site, and it should be on port 1313. Localhost 1313. We created a page excerpt. I want to see in here title. And it does put in a white space, but it doesn't include the hashtag. So it's included all that white spacing, sub, heading, loads of white space. So look, see. And it's broken that white space. It's put one return in there, but nothing more. And that's exactly how I'd expect it to be. Going back over to this, we've got this generate body, remarket. We want from that body what does it do when it goes to content? Pauses, lib, templates. That's the one. Nux content. Is it going to go over each one and builds the data structure? Each child is array process node. Yeah, it's going to build out those nodes. It's going to build out those DOM tree. So maybe I don't want to introduce into this package rehype, pause, slugs, squeeze paragraphs, footnote. You might be able to pass it through on the footnotes. Nope, that's nah. How about awesome rehype? Someone's got to do it. Curate a list of awesome rehypes and text. Retext. Integrate with retext ecosystem. See that? Let's see the awesome retext. Natural language processor. Maybe a bit too much. It's asking a community project to increase their dependency count by 1, and I think that's asking a little bit too much. Because then it spiders down to many other projects. Let's see here. We have to text to string. Mutate to retext. Oh, that's the bridge to retext. Or does native remark? Where's a remark? Give me a link to remark. Can we just, is there like a text plugin for this? Retext. I want to go to retext. Stringify. To the main notes. Oh, it's already got this from that. That's interesting. Can we use Stringify to remove all HTML? Rehype document. Oh, remember this one? Yeah. Rehype to Stringify. String. Nope. Looking sharp. Thanks. Okay, let's forget that. Let's not overcomplicate this. There might be a way for me to just concatenate it together very quickly, but oh, come on. It's along the lines of we found one earlier, which is purple, not text, to reform type text. How about rehype plain text? Remember seeing it. There it is. Someone's already done this, but it's an old package, not been maintained for a while, so it's questionable whether bring it in. It doesn't really subject to the quality of this. It's doing a very, very simple thing, grabbing all the text from those nodes. If that's going to work enough for me, then that might be good enough. Oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, okay. Let's do it. It's got to be done. Got to be done. Sometimes we have to do the things which we don't really, which might be questionable. So cd packages content, and there's a package JSON there, and we want to do yarn add. We get we want to add it to the dev dependencies. Just dependencies. Rehype plain text. So we've probably gone from rehype to from markdown to rehype, which is HTML version, and from the HTML we'll be going to text, which is fine because it just deals with a tree. It converts everything to JSON and everything's in a tree, or generating into HTML on a toString. We might be fine with that. Hopefully. So let's go ahead and let's have a look at this plain text. Boop. Copy that. Paste that in. And generate terms and conditions. Yeah, I'm going to go with generate text here. generate JSON body, which is the JSON representation. Generate table of contents, which is the filter of those. Body children. Body. How do you get them? Oh, they're going for that. So we're going to go with a sync generate description. Maybe? I'm going to go with the body of that because we've potentially we probably don't need to put in this whole library because bingo, there's the code right there. It's very simple. So revert that. We don't need that. Let's overcomplicate things because we're doing it here. Let's copy this over to split left and right. And let's pretty much copy that. Return body. Let's copy this. Is it that? Going over each of the children, finding the finding H3. No, we probably need it. How is it used? Again. Oh, have we got to this process section? We probably have. It's probably a bit too late. Use JCompiler. Oh, I don't know. Maybe unified. Can we reopen the unified stream and throw in our own process to that? Process plugins for. What's this process plugin? Is there a configuration on this advanced? Height plugins. If you don't use a function defining properties, it will be merged with them. Your handy reheight plugins because defaults are quite sensible. What's this trying to do? Oh, by default. I don't understand what it's doing with this plugins. Why would you change the process of the plugin? Going down a weird hole here. Maybe I just pull myself out of it and forget that description part. They're doing it here. Terms and conditions with that. Next it. And that description. Try that. If it exists. Don't need to do much there. And equals our weight. Do we re-unpack the content to then break it down again? Just to get text? Or let's review this again. Might be able to just write it right into Sports compiler. Tree visit tree. How's a visit defined? Oh, it's in defined there. spider itself down, or is it just top level? That's a full file there. To plain text. There must be a easier, nicer way about this. I'm just struggling to think on my head. I don't want to throw it to HTML and build the browser to just get the text. That's silly. I don't want to output the markdown straight into a description, because again, that won't read too well. And we don't want to output HTML to a description. Again, that wouldn't read too well. Thinking. Right, let's do it the hard. Let's do it the brute force way. This generates a description. Let's throw in the excerpt, which we probably would have found at that point. And if we found that, then we need to use the unified. I'm using the parse. Is that markdown parse? I don't like this at all. Oh wait, we can get the raw markdown, and then we can just follow the same path here. Of course, we need to throw it into a promise, and we'll pass in content, except content. Let's grab that. Apparently, we are using stream, and close that off. Resolve. File results. I don't know. I guess we want it to resolve the string. So string. There will be an example of this on here. Want to use use the rehype plain text, and it's just two stringed. So they've gone with error result. We've gone with file, and we'll just pass it into the string. And we want to handle that. And we'll pass it in there. Excerpt body. We'll just keep it excerpt. And we pass it into there. That's gone through the. Do we need to pass it through the parse? We then need to. maybe all those process plugins for double processing, and that's duplicate. I probably could simplify that into one simple function to reduce the duplication. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put in some which is hello. Who's that? Who is that? Rillas Novas. Thanks for the follow, mate. Caught me off guard, that. I forgot I set up a noise for people following me. You should hit it one when people subscribe. Special. Thank you very much for tuning in. Where was I? Do write down in the comments below as markers of if you understand what I'm doing or not. It'd be interesting to see if you can follow along, and if not, do ask a question like, "What am I doing?" I'll spend some time explaining it. Back to where we were. We're passing in a string of content, I kind of guess. Oh, thanks for stopping by. Dorothy. I don't know. We might have linked the connect on LinkedIn. Apologies if we've not chatted for a little while. It's good to reconnect with some people's over time. Generate rate text from body. Summary. I think that. Oh yeah, and returns object. It's not JSON. It's got to return a string. I'm gonna click on. I don't know where this link is going to take me. You put on a link in there. Let's have a little look. See what site you're going to. Consultant from Lisbon. Living in Copenhagen. Hello, Copenhagen. I've not been there yet, so it's on my list. Back in my finances. Cool. I'll have a little look into what you're doing. Yeah, working on selection track lists. Our bug today, if you wasn't tuning in earlier, is we have content on selection track lists where, if I can show on here, we have this one line which we want to show as a description, and we have a tag which then allows us to hide the rest of that. You can see here it's a description due to all thing. It finishes, and that's what we want to grab as our summary, but also the description for the page. And we're transitioning from Hugo to Nuxt to give us a few more features on selection track lists. But Nuxt doesn't support that more tag yet, so it's got to contain all the content in description, and we don't want that. There was a pull request right way over here, all the way over here, where it was put into the repository, and it was merged, committed, and then it disappeared. So what I'm doing today is I'm adding that feature into Nuxt content as a contribution to the open source to fix my problems. And I'm trying to re-emulate the features of what Hugo, my current service, does, where if we do not have a description up here in our front matter, it's going to grab anything from before this more tag and that will become the description. But we don't want it to be markdown. We just want it to be standard text. We've evaluated that in our localhost test in Hugo that have the expected result, and we're trying to replicate that. Does that give you a good quick overview? You can now check out Soulection Tracklists. You can check out Soulection's stream. I think they've just gone live on Serato. So I'll be tuning into that after this show. But let's see, can we get this feature done and committed in this show? So back to where we were. We're pausing the markdown. We are grabbing all the text nodes and in that particular section, and we're going to return a string, which is the description from markdown. I kind of guess that's we're passing in that, which is the JSON. We have JSON generated. Kind of guess it's going to be the same as that. Just keep it clean. Maybe I don't need to do all this pre-processing. It might be already done for me. I can just get that file results and then reparse them. But I'm just going hard mode and just going for the whole processor for now, just to get that. Got two of the same file open here. If excerpt, generate description, throw the description, throw it in there. If it's already defined in the front matter, we'll use a front matter version. If not, we'll use our version, which is just stringed out here. And it's this part which is duplicate, which I don't really want, but we'll deal with it if we need to. But save that, restart our local server, which we're testing that, and out of all these tabs, I have a really bad case of tabitis. I organize them sometimes. Sometimes I keep them open like this one. This is very important to keep on open. But then that caught me off. There is one in here which is a localhost. That one. There it is. And it should be working, which it's not. Undefined. Did I break it again? I probably broke it. So also when you guys stop on by and throw some comments in there in my chat, it actually puts a massive smile on my face. I kind of guess your most of my viewers are from UK at the moment, but if you come from the stateside, do let me know where you come from. I'll give you a shout out. I think I broke it again. Articles, it does not display. Got a lot of windows open up here. I'm going over. That's the one. This is what we're trying to find. Even could not. Highlighter is not defined. Okay. Do we need to go for the highlighter? That's what it's complaining on. It's close that. Highlight. Yeah, it's going for this handlers, and on this one it's going, I can't do that. Allow dangerous HTML. Okay. Do I need to restart the server for that to work? Yine. Let's give it a little nudge with refreshing that page and see in our console. Yeah, it didn't want to do that. So we need to restart the server each time we make a change to our source files. To our source files. There. And let's refresh that page. Could not rehide plain text. Where's the plain text one? Did I removed it, didn't I? Because I was over eager. Const rehide plain text. You require rehype plain text. Didn't want to do it, but we brought it in. I probably could have bundled it in, but oh well. If it does what we want it to do, it might be a reasonable PR. Probably can put 2 different PRs. Where is it? Save that and see what compiler. Why did I open up a search? I think I've got like a muscle memory for that. JSON compiler. That's in the body. I guess we need to use that then. So we go that? Maybe. Cannot set compiler of undefined. Do I need to? Maybe that way around? I'm not too sure what that is doing. That's JSON compiler. Compilers JSON. Let's go into the same folder. What are you doing? Element. Oh, okay. Pushes text node to parent. I guess. Save myself having to do that. Let's just save that page, see if we got an error. Oh, come on. Why are you having a bad time? Welcome to the stream where you're watching Kyle struggle for half an hour using rehype and just to get one feature working. Oh. Maybe I could just use that. Thanks for stopping by, Matt. I don't need to do it. I can just do that. I can just grab that. Don't need to bring in this. I've just found it. Thanks for your help, guys. I can just grab that node of that. That's going through each of the children, the body. Pretty much gotta bring. Where's our? There it is. Our first attempt failed. Spin that off. Let's try again. I've forgotten. Oh yeah. We're gonna bring in the body content. So the excerpt body. I'm not going to explain it again. You can rewind on the stream at the start of it. I explain what I'm doing. And I guess we're going to go with the children. We're going to kind of copy this. Children. Let's try that again. Child. Ren. Filter. Node. Oh. They're doing a map over here, aren't they? each of them. Why did they put that into parentheses once? I guess it's just one time, and then the next time they decided to throw it around parentheses. Oh well. And if this node, we're going to grab the text from that, and then simply return text from that. Do we even need to go into that? Can I just throw in? There's probably two ways. I probably can just grab this, return this, which is the excerpt content, and further down here where we are, instead of getting a markdown, we use our markdown to tree excerpt, which is what we're given in there. Let's get that. We don't even need to async it. It's just a function call. I think refresh. Then we're going to resave the excerpt file. Let's see if there's any errors on this terminal. Jump on. How's the sound levels? Does the music come down nice enough as I'm speaking, or is it just a complete mess and the last hour has just been garbage? Do let me know. I was meant to save this file. Check over here. No problems. We got a file. Yes! Maybe! Mostly okay. Mostly. I might roll with that. I might just roll with that. So what has happened here is, there's super excitement in my voice now, is we have our title, we have our summary. Oh, we can edit. Oh my god, I did not know that we could edit. If I just at that, it went. Yes, all the yeses. Yes, that is amazing. Oh yes, that is exactly what we wanted it to do. Why did I just spend half an hour with this rehype and going down that nasty hole? Let's clean up this code. Generates a summary, gets the content from the GSD from Markdown, excerpt Markdown, returns a description, a string description. Concatenated excerpt string. I don't know. String concatenated excerpt. I'm going to go with that. What else was there in this file, which we've to give us a clue to all the changes? Yes, it does. Right, I'm going to get rid of these. Get rid of this sidebar, and that's our little test there. Do I need this line? Oh, it's editor only. We added in the description. We added in that. I'm good to roll with that, except from we did something at the top here. But I'll fix that on our. We got rid of a line, but added a line in. Deleted a line. Okay, so we just need to add that back in, and fine, great. Back to our test. Pretty much an hour ago now. We should see that. Let's go and run that exact test. Let's go ahead and remove rehype. You guys give me anxiety whether this sound is garbage or not. Thanks for popping in. Bye. Let's try that one. That's the one. Sound garbage? Cool. I don't know. Like nobody said whether it's garbage or not. Hopefully it's just decent enough to make sense and still entertaining and calm enough. The chill beats in the background. Do you notice like all the way up the top there is the now playing of the track which is should be on now? I think that's the right track. Should be Joby coming. No, that's definitely not the right track. Don't know why that's not working. Yeah, that's totally broken. Why is it taking you up until now to realize that is broken? I did this like a few streams ago. Last.fm / unless I change my name and thus it. Or has it stopped updating? Maybe that. It's close enough. Did that play recently? That's 10 minutes ago, apparently I said, but it's playing a completely different track right now. Oh, yeah, it's close enough. It's not exactly perfect, but I kind of guess how Last FM is working. It's doing its best. Oh well, I tried that. Probably revisit that stream at that project again another time. I'm super chuffed with this code. So I ran this test, and the test passed while we were just checking out what our now playing track is. And that test was written with the summary, which of that excerpt, and it shouldn't contain anything more. I'm going to call that a win. We'll get rid of that only on there. I can close the test suite off because it'll be tested by the CI, hopefully. And I'm going to run git tower. I just want to run this open a repository. Want to see if my commits make sense, and I like to use this application. Open repository. Don't need that. Don't need that. That was in the example. I don't think I need that. That's our core. That's our test. That's our fixture to make the test work. That's our fixture to make the test work. This is... I'm going to go with keep that in. It's our example. And I guess. Now, to make this a complete feature, I think I need to write some documentation about it. It's not even been documented. Is there anything in the Nuxt documentation of this, which would help me. Docs. That'll probably help. Content, English. Display. Let's go over to the actual official documentation. Writing content. Would it be in here? Very much like it. Likely, yeah. I have a feeling that these variables will be injected into the document. Okay, yeah. Let's go on writing. What's it? Yes, I'm writing. And can I open up a preview? Yes, I can. You close that off. These variables will be injected into the document. So you got the description, the directory, the slug, the body, the excerpt, which is an object. Was there anywhere else in the document which I might need to explain that's what happens in that excerpt? Links, footnotes, code blocks, HTML, view components. Fun. Example. Maybe I need a whole block section about that. I probably can steal it from. Here we go. So value. Just kind of get a feel for it, how it might. The description. Headings. So I've added in a section into the front matter. You can add a couple of in this variable documented. So I don't know if it hijacks straight away from front matter to excerpt. How important is it on other frameworks? Heck, let's go for it. Let's go with front matter, excerpt, description. I'll need to get it translated into other languages. What other languages are there on this? Does anyone know French? Japanese? I know a bit of Japanese. And Russian. I don't really want to copy paste from Google Translate, but that might be the case. So, you can. Did it all start with a you can? Let's see. Excerpt. Summaries. Contents. Excerpt or summary can be extracted from the content using Oh, as a divider. Probably should run a spell check through that as well, because I'm terrible at it. Maybe it would help me to put in a example. Mark down is previously there was this learn how to use that, and then boop, boop, more boop, boop, that. Do we have a fuller example? I can just steal example there. Here we go. Welcome. It's a bit weak. Is there a better one? A mix of Markdown and HTML. Full amount of content beyond the more divider. You heard you all loud and clear. Picture was good. It's kind of working. Sweet. Thanks. Page description. Can is defined. Oh, how to explain that that description outtake? Remember how if you have a description set in your front matter, that overrides the otherwise use the one line there. That's hard. Property property is defined. Will contain the except content unless defined within the front matter props. Maybe a JSON example of what that looks like. You have this markdown and it gives you the description. Example of variables injected. Example of variables injected into document. So let's just copy all that. Is it JSON? Have they done it here before? It is a JSON. And title introduction. Make it more of a complete example. Are they using a different kind of markdown there? Using MD. Maybe I need to use MD. I lost myself. There I am. And this title description. Oh, I don't know whether it automatically comes through. Or whether it's just the front matter which can deal with that. I think I'm going to commit my work, and if there's more features, then if we can commit that. That is the full extent of it. Yeah. I'm a bit lost with. Let's close that. The documenting other languages. Do I throw in an essence of documenting them, like a best effort, best chance, and then someone might go and fix it on my behalf? This is my first, major first contribution to this particular project, especially one with international support. We did it where it was front matter, like that, and we added that. And I have to translate it to French. Oh, right. Yeah, I'll Google. I'll translate it. Welcome to the stream where you're watching Kyle fail at open source. And we're gonna go to the French, and we're gonna go and. I hope that's. Please don't at me if that is all wrong. And I just realised with my English version, there's a. Please note the more. There's a reason for the more. Cons more. Be careful to enter. Can I put in these? All lowercase. Yeah, I'll put in that, which is the underscore like that. Unless there's a call out. Check our example. Ah, yeah, there is. Check. Or alert info. So here. Be careful, and that should be end alert. Be careful to enter in more exactly, i.e. all lowercase. Let's copy that to our French. And continue on our translation. Do I translate the inner text? How do I switch this space to French? Oop. Francis. Oh, they did. It did translate. So I can grab that because that's definitely translated. And we will grab that, throw it through our translation, copy it out. Hopefully, if someone's French on the project comes across that and doesn't make sense, they'll correct it as a nice person to contribute to open source. I'm doing my best effort, and okay, yeah, I'll go with that for French. Japanese. See, I should know enough Japanese, but no, it's not. It's as much as I'd like to be able to translate and write Japanese documentation, it's not going to happen today. I'm not that good at it. Let's grab that. Go down to our writing. Go past our. See, I have a sheet here with all the translations, and I can translate them in Romaji, then understand what they sound like, and then say them out. Let's try this one. Why not? While we are here, because I've forgotten how to read it. Because this is kana. So pronto mata. Pronto mata. And we do it right after that. And let's switch this to our Japanese. Fusiu. Do I want to keep it in? Are they using titles in? Yeah, they are using kanji for the title. So let's go with that and copy this section. And be sure to fix our formatting issues. Konsetsu no basu mata wa yoyaku wa moa o shikiri o shite shiyo shite konsetsu kara konshutsu dekimasu. How's my Japanese accent? It's going on okay, isn't it? Still a train wreck. But I'm getting there. And they've kept the English. Okay, that's okay. It makes it feasible. Did I copy? I didn't copy that in. Oh, I did. Right here. And I have this section. Description of fundamental. I'm gonna be cheeky and use this fundamata further down in my content. This description. I'll keep maybe description property, and I'll translate this. Ooh, moa o shikaiku ni nyuyoku shuru yo ni shui shite kudasai. Oh, please. Sumari subete komochi de kuhaku wa arimasen. Please. Let's listen to what that should sound like. Okay. I wasn't really I still can't understand properly. Let's add that in. I think that will work. Maybe. Hopefully it reads that inside of there and on English, more. Oh yeah, I need to wrap that because I don't want it to render out. No, French. I didn't fix it. More. And I think we got our English, French, Japanese working okay, documentation wise. I'm going to go over to our Russian. I'm going to copy over the English, not the French, the English version. Copy this. Oh, a bit too much. There you go. And that's our Japanese version. Let's go over to our Russian. Markdown. I guess that's the front matter, so it's just after this block here. Boop, boop, tick. And I'm going to copy that into here. And there. Oh, and the title, why not? Let's make it bring it fully across. Let's try and find the title for it. Russian. T. Oh, there it is. Passage, fragments, sketch, expose, delay, charge, copying, section, whole picking, press. I'm gonna go with. What's that one? Oh, this is expose, extract, delay, stamina. That one. Otrivuk. And this is gonna be a mess. Oh, Otrivuk. It got it. I hope this is not offensive. I really hope so. The amount beyond the divided. Let's do that and let's copy that into there and that fix and deformatting. Just noticed as I was doing that work then is our Japanese needs fixing. And I may as well do the Nux content or that and this. And the same with our French version. We may as well fix up because there's a little bit of explanation here, full content behind it. So we'll fix that up in that. Just so then, as you're reading documentation, hopefully it should make some sense. Not perfect, but some sense. And I'm going to yarn run. I'm not too sure what commands there are to run, but I want to run a documentation. Maybe yarn run docs. Should hopefully generate the docs for this. Come out a few directories. Try that again. So I want to see the documentation locally to see does it make sense and work properly. Oh, been a fun one. I can start closing these off now. That's probably really annoying people with the amount of like tabs are gonna open up. So this localhost is my version of the content documentation. Go over to writing content, run matter, excerpt. Oh no, it's missing. Maybe it needs to be. That's what I thought it might have been doing. Where's our English version? English. There might be. I might have to like kind of. Oh, actually, can I just write code around it and it's render? And I might be lucky enough that that page is updated. Wow. HTML to special characters converter. It can convert those encode, decode. Yeah. Can get away with. It didn't do the backticks before, did it? Because it's HTML, it's not reading it as Markdown anymore. So it could be that. Same here. Same here. And same here in a Russian. I can close that down. Ah! I just realized I need to move that segment just up one block, or this down 4 blocks to make it make sense. I hope that's right. Yep, there we go. Same with the Japanese. Bring that down. And lastly, Russian. We'll bring that section down. Wherever it is. Where are you? Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Dink. Saved and that should work nicely. Let's go over to our bottom of the page and switch ourselves over to Japanese. And that's there, and that's looking okay to me. I'm going to call that a success. Commit all those. Need to create a branch. Let's check out. Let's close that server off as well. And it's got to be branch feet excerpt a content excerpt. Was that a? It was this one, wasn't it? Markdown. Let's go with that. Got a branch. Let's see what people did with their commits. They use this feet lib. So feet lib support markdown. So let's reintroduce that exact commit, and was it? There was no more additional So unfortunately, I did the documentations for something on that. But it's like a mixed mash of many features into that. So I'm going to go with that. I need to fork the repository into my own bracket. So then I can commit and then make a... Well, I can push my commits. So let's grab this. Remotes, add remote repository to mine, and because I don't have origin push features, I can just push to mine. And push that to Kyle, and then go over to GitHub. I could do it in here, but I'd do it over in GitHub. Back over here. Should come up with my code. Or over to... I've already forked the content. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I missed it. It's there. Wait, what? Nothing to compare. Did I walk off the right? Default branch is dev. And I want to paste repository, and I want it to go into that. Won't automatically merge. I know what might have happened. Because there's already a branch there. Git checkout. I can get that ref log properly. Dev. Git checkout. A new branch. Feet. Mark down excerpt description. Brand new from that, and I can cherry pick that into my new branch. If I can git push Kyle this branch. Now I should have a better branch to work with. Change that. That's looking much better. And because that previous pull request was merged in, can I reopen it? Support markdown. Non-breaking. Where did this get up to? Exactly what I did a week ago. Yeah, I'll just open up a new pull request. And it's a new feature. Like 2 versions of this. This is like content pub. Redo of number 250 and 68. Number 68. Well, what other ones was there? Excerpt. No, that was just those two. Description. What does it do? Aha! I can. Since I've just written a description in here, I can just copy this into. Oh. And following on from this, we do. Those are the changes. And why is this change required? Description. Documentation. Why? To we're reintroducing a feature which is on many of frameworks. So to coincide with except feature equivalent to Jekyll, GKYL AL. I'll find that out in a second. And Hugo. I have it in my history. Or Jekyll CMS post excerpt. Post excerpts. I can link to that. You know what? I've got it mostly white minus a double L, and then go Hugo, yeah, go Hugo. Excerpt. I probably spelled it wrong many times. Should I go through fine tooth phone? Boom. There we go. Try this. Put an X in it, which is changes. Made changes to the documentation. Oop. Yep. Have updated documentation code. Oh, my changes require changes to documentation. Yep. And I've updated accordingly. Yep. And I have added tests to that. So I'm going to preview that. Bug fix. Let's go. Let's go with a pull request. Boom. That's out there. So a whole stream session has gone to adding in a feature fix to an external library which I need so dearly in my project. And hopefully it gets accepted into the wider open source community. So then everyone benefits from it, including myself. For short term, I'm going to have to use my particular fork of project and keep an update of it my own repository until it's merged in. Don't know whether to continue on with any more features, consuming it on my project. Let's see if I can quickly in the next 5 minutes consume it into my project. So I can close that project. I can close this project because this is just an example. And this is our Vue version 4, our Soulection Tracklist version 4. And we have Vue content here, Nuxt content. And I need to set it to my version of my fork at that branch. I've forgotten how you can do that. Oh, balls. Kyle Wellsby, I think. Content at package JSON branch. Use a good branch and dependencies. Hashtag. And the branch is do all this. And on my project, close this one. Close this one as well. Let's CD down to v4. And I'm using npm here. npm install to install from my own repository. And it failed. Do that there. Did I get it right? I want to grab that. Or npm install save, maybe that. There was an extra configuration. That so should work. Oh, feet. Silly me. Thanks for pointing that out. Let's go. Promising. Yeah. Let's have it. That looks cool. And then let's run npm run dev. And I know in this project we have broken it. We have. I think. Why is that? It's because here. Let's comment at that and let's add in Kyle Helsby content instead and see if that runs. Fingers crossed. You don't like doing that. Fingers crossed, guys. No. Unable to find a module. Of course it can't find a module. Well, that's a bit annoying. Can't find module content, but it does exist. But it exists, but under my name. Oh, okay. Nux use local plugin. Plugin name. Come on. Nope. It's not going to allow me, is it? It's not going to be straightforward as I was hoping it to be. Module. Please visit module configuration docs. Resolve to project. Resolve that. Package name. Please say don't have to like make it really explicit of where's it? F G F H I. Where am I? The I don't exist. Maybe. Let's roll this back. This is the Nuxt version of that, and npm install save to that. It might need to be defined as a module, like clearly like this. This is getting very messy, very, very fast. Define it like that, maybe? npm install. It didn't install it at my particular branch. Only contains friendly characters? Of course it does. Okay. Name can only contain URL friendly characters and unless there's hidden white space in that. There shouldn't be anything in that. That's well weird. Invalid package name. So it really depends on it being like that. But it's a typical package, but it won't call my local. And I want it to use Nuxt content there instead of my local version, but it doesn't like it. Now what are you complaining at? Oh, you don't. Of course you don't like that. If this doesn't work, it's fine. I'll just wait until it's merged into production Nuxt. Can't find module. Module not found, and please ensure it's installed. Oh, please use build modules. Oh, I don't know. Okay, no problem. I'll just wait until a update or something comes along. Next, let's go over to our English version of this content because I can't read French. Unfortunately, I wish I could. I wish I could read all languages. That'd be awesome. We're going to go to 110.0 into there, npm install. Make sure that it's actually going to work for us. Install that the latest version, and make sure this that's running okay. npm run dev. Yeah, I like that. You like that, don't you? So I'm going to end this here. I'll monitor that pull request over the next few days. Fingers crossed it gets sent in or accepted. See, it's not going to get accepted because we have a check which has failed. When was it? Probably be ideal if I just check over this quickly. It's linting. Let's go and fix that very quickly in. I was going to end this, but no. I want to make sure we do a good job. Next. npm run? Oh, it's yarn. Yarn run. I forget which one we got. Yarn run lint. Which one we'd like to run? Lint. And it's complaining because it's in the example files. Can I auto fix that? Or run lint dash x. I think it's x. Fix. That might do it. Let's run it again. We should see green. Okay, unexpected console statement. Let's go in and theme docs. That's a warning. It shouldn't. And we didn't even touch that document. I think we might be fine. Let's see what we changed on our local. Okay. 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 And okay. Amends. Because it's my branch. Shouldn't really do this. But I didn't want to have a chore to fix that. Could have pushed that. And jump on over to our changes 20 seconds ago. And just check that one of those files contains that particular change, which is space here. Should have. Did it not want the end dangle? Oh, this is going to fail again. Oh, come on, don't fail again at me. We're going to end this stream at 1:30, so in 9 minutes. Monitor over this. And if it fails, I'll just do the linting fixes again. Some crazy reason. But I don't want to enjoy you going through patching up these linting errors, but it would save you the effort of watching me struggle with this. But it's been really fun today, actually. It's been a while since I've committed some for open source, and hanging out with you guys is always fun each and every week. We're pushing forward towards getting Soulection Tracklist version 4 released by New Year's or March. Hopefully it doesn't take us 2 hours per week each time. I might have to throw in a few more streams here and there to deliver a bit more on this. I sometimes get some really good energy through the week, where I feel like I just want to code. I want to work on this project, and there's loads of awesome ideas. I got loads of them. I'm starting to put up a kind of a board of features I want to do. Things like community submissions, where if someone finds a spelling mistake on the site, they can submit it without knowing Git knowledge, in a way. In a moment, someone has to email me, then I have to go and fix it. There's something about tooling. I need to create a tool to rename a file and allow that previous name to have the redirect, potentially, and handle that. I also want, there's a feature in the very near future, is to kind of get this version 4 in a deployment state. And using the current data set, we've not even tested if Nuxt.js can handle 19, nearly 20,000 pages of content. That'd be very interesting. But we don't know yet. These last couple episodes could have been just for nothing. Well, I wouldn't say for nothing. It's good to get to learn. Spend a couple of hours each week learn the framework. I've dug it really deep in, found a bug and a feature which I wanted. We did that today. So it's a lesson to you guys. If you ever come across something which that's going to distract me, I'm gonna put that off. Yeah, there we go. Talk to camera mode. It's good to dig into the repositories which you use and the projects you're using, and fix them. If there's a feature which you feel it should handle but it doesn't, add it. If there's a bug which you can't live with, fix it. And that's what we do as engineers. That's the whole open source community, and it's allowed us as a community to live and feed and house ourselves, really. All this free open source software developed by you guys. It's very important. And just contributing a little tiny bit, even if it's just documentation changes. If someone French out there, or Russian and Japanese, please fix my documentation. That'd be great. But yeah, we all do our bit and push the community forward, push the web forward. It's a big part of our lives. We all enjoy using the internet. And just checking if there's it's looking like it's doing something. I'm gonna leave it to that. Thank you very much for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'll be doing a stream like this again next Wednesday. I have no stream scheduled for this weekend. I'm actually going to visit some family this weekend, so there won't be anything on this weekend. My next DJ session, I'm not too sure when I'll do it, but that was really fun on Friday. If you joined in on that, it's great to see you pop on in. I do need to fix a few things myself, but I will do another one of those soon over the next couple of weeks. But we'll continue our very important work here on my Twitch channel and my YouTube, Periscope, and Facebook. Thank you very much again for joining me. I'll see you next week.